When it comes down to it, do some salespeople just not want to be coached or trained? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about sales sabotage. Now, I've had the opportunity to train salespeople for the past 7 years just about every day, either whether in front of a class or whether doing ride-alongs, and I see a trend in just about every industry that I've worked in and every type of business that I coached. There's always one or two people who are skeptical, who sit in the back of the room, who cause problems. And the first group of people are the people that they don't want the expert to be the expert. So a question comes up or something comes up, and then like the quasi-expert, the guy who can't close, is in the back of the room and he's like, hey, I got a question, right? Or I got a statement, or I want to recorrect the trainer. And I see this happen especially if that salesperson is struggling, because what they're doing is they're taking all the pressure off of them. They're taking the other salespeople get frustrated because this guy does this all the time, okay? And it may very well be that this guy or this girl asks a ton of questions that are irrelevant to take off the scope of sales training, to take the pressure off of them so that they're the one running the room. So there are times in the sales process where salespeople through training do not want to be coached and they don't want to be trained. And these are the two main elements. The salesperson asks a ton of questions that are irrelevant. They're like, on a Wednesday, on a full moon, when I stub my toe, I get out of a bed, is this going to happen? Okay? They're looking for reasons to not be trained. And the second thing is they try to take away from the sales training, and they try to go, well, this is what I do. I remember I went somewhere and I bought something, and the guy asked me, he says, so what do you do? And I said, well, I train salespeople, I teach body languages, I work with businesses. And he goes, oh, body language. Do you know what it means when this happens and that happens and that happens? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I know what that means. I got like 20 videos on YouTube for that. Oh, okay. And it's just an example of something that happens in sales training consistently. He was trying to upstage me. Okay, so upstaging can come from a story. It could come from a question. It could come from an example. And so if you're in a sales process, if you're a business owner, if you're a manager, and you have this person who constantly does this, you have to shut them down, okay? So I gotta let you know, in my training, you ever work with me, I do set the boundaries very early in the beginning. I'm gonna say, hey, look, if you're gonna ask me a question about something that happens on a Wednesday on a full moon, you stub your toe, we will talk about it after the class, right? So if it's one of those questions, we're gonna come back to it later, because you're taking away from the process. Or if somebody stands up and they say, hey, well, in this situation, this is the right thing to do, and this is how you do it, I'm going to say, hey, fantastic. I really like your participation, and I really like what's going on, but for this moment, I'm going to have you sit down. We will talk about this after class, and we will move forward, okay? So here's the thing. If you have a business, if you own a business, if you're a manager, you have to shut this down, because it will ruin sales training. You'll have a problem, and everybody in the room is like, please make this bad guy stop. Right? Like in the back of their brain, they're like, Mommy, make the bad man stop, right? That's what they're saying. That's what they could be saying. And that's what you need to do. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, like somewhere in here, you can leave a comment, question, or story. That'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there is a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You just got to hit that little subscribe button. Subscribe. And then you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not? Even linked. Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.